All right, what's going on, chat? How's it hanging? Hope everyone's doing well. Appreciate everyone tuning in. All right. Got a new battle report out, by the way. What's going on, chat? How's it going? I just banged my ankle on my Gibson guitar case as I came in the room. Almost pulled a Peter Griffin while I had to sit there for a couple minutes to go like, but I just sucked it up. What's going on, Cosmic? How's it going? Beep boop. The Clankers meta is here. Oh boy. I got excited, thought you were fishing. Yo, Craggerroll, appreciate it, brother. 49 months. Nah, we've been working on YouTube videos. I'm gonna go fishing here soon. I just got to find some motivation to do it. I actually I'm gonna start working on the next fly tying or fly fishing themed video. I'm gonna be doing some tying tutorials, but I'm gonna start working on some larger videos as well. So, but I appreciate it. Welcome on in. And RK, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. The next fly is gonna be coming out soon. I don't know. We might do. I should do the ballyhoo fly tutorial because that one we tied a ton of, and there's some other stuff that we figured out from the roosterfish that'd be fun.
I got excited thinking you were going fishing.
What? Oh, it's like delayed or something, but interesting. But yo, thank you, Craggroll. Appreciate that, brother. All right. Let's go ahead and turn on the camera here. So I've been doing some hobby stuff on the side. We got the new battle report out, by the way, which is the U.S. versus Axis, 1,500 points, and the first signs of some sort of wild rift machine, which is probably going to be one of the main characters, is that piece of terrain in the next battle report, which will be our 3,000 point apocalypse game. So, what do you call it? That should be fun. I got to start working on that. It's so much footage. I got to start working on it right away, and so we don't fall behind. That, and I've been working on the Turkish army in the sidelines, doing a lot of trim painting. But I wanted to show you last where we left off. We built a scratch-built Turkish walker called the Tepegöz that we came up with. Someone in chat had the idea of coming up with a like Cyclops-esque walker, and this is pretty much what we ended up with. I ended up adding some more bits and pieces to it, and you'll see why. But we added the machine gun drum for the dual machine guns on the bottom. Shout out to Cosmic for and I think maybe RK as well, for somebody else recommended what to use, but I think it came out it came out really well. I added a little step there. I also added some shielding up top, a little antenna. This is magnetized, by the way, so we can add a Maschensphere or some other gun, you know what I mean? I'm just going to treat this as a light anti-tank. Twin, what do you call it? Scrotal MMGs. And then we have our arms here. These are stall trooping arms, where the guy is inside this little area here. He's probably controlling the machine guns with his feet like foot pedals, and his head somewhere right around here, right next to the anti-tank thing. But what he has is, he has these little controls here and these little struts or hydraulic arms. And what that goes to, we ended up coming up with this sort of, these are what I made off stream. What I did is I took tinfoil. I essentially just took tinfoil and made it into the shape, covered it in the milliput that was left over, and then glued a bunch of pieces to it. Wrapped some wires, put some axle pieces from a Tiger tank, and this is what we came up with. So it's got like the alien power loader situation where he's controlling it with his arms, like these are his joysticks. So, and this is the Cyclops head, if you will. We got the hatch on top, so it's looking pretty good. So this will be fun to paint. We're going to do tiger, some sort of, I say tiger stripe, but we're just going to do some sort of random camo thing. There's also this one black ant there's like one black ant every day. It must like get in through my windowsill or something. I don't know. All right. I like bringing it downstairs, and the next day there's always one more. They're not that big of an issue, though, to declare war. We have a peace treaty going on. There's not even food up here. I don't know what the hell. They're just, they're digging the hobby space, I guess. It's the same ant. It must be the same ant. But you know what? We have an agreement. It's like a I see him once a day thing. All right. So something I've been doing in the background here is painting the trim on the Turkish infantry. These are Italian bolt-action plastic sprues. And build the ant a mech. Yeah, exactly. I should build them a little throne or something, you know what I mean? So you could sit on it. But unfortunately, you know, they have way too much energy. It's like these ants are like they've drinking like 30 energy drinks. They're zooming. When I say these ants, it's literally like one ant. But anyways, I painted using some like German brown for all the trim, you know, all the little leather components, and then some black for the guns. Very simple. We have to figure out what to do with the these little bands on the heads. I haven't figured it out. And excuse me. I usually mute, but at least I didn't burp super out loud. Usually what I do is I take a sepia, or what I want, not usually, I've never done it before, but we bought it, is the sepia ink, and I want to make a wash. We tested it. It was pretty good. I'm a little scared, though, because of what I did is I ended up just getting a whole new paint, the dark sand, and repainting them, and it's the color that I like. But I'm still interested in trying this out. Maybe we'll try it on a vehicle or something else first and see what it looks like with this color. But anyways, there's not that much left to do. I got to paint the skin tones and then probably do some sort of a wash, like a darker wash or something, maybe the sepia thing. And then I want to go back and like do some raised highlighting, like very simple. But I do want these to look really good. I've touched up my U.S. Army. They're looking pretty good in my Axis Army. But a lot of it, I spend so much time editing and dealing with like, and streaming and all this other stuff, my other YouTube and fly tying. I don't have a ton of time to like spend all my time painting, you know. But I want to start, definitely, I want to make sure this is up to a certain level with the paint. But anyways, what we should do before we dive into all the painting stuff, I do want to take a look at the new Commonwealth rules, which I think it's in the community tab, if I'm not wrong, right? Let's take a look. Oh, I got to do this real quick. Hold on. Also, we'll get some tunes going. 9-year Elgato capture card. Still works, though. I just have to unplug it and deactivate and activate in OBS every time. Maybe I'm using it wrong for all I know. Hold on, wait. I still cannot. I've been trying to beat the hardest AI, and I cannot with AoE 2. So I'm going to play later. I'm going to try, but I still can't beat the hardest AI. I've been trying to relearn the game and the build orders. So I just wanted to look real quick, but we got these new, this is what we're going to be looking up. It's not, I don't think it's the official rules are out. We're going to take a look, actually. I don't think they're updated. It's in a newsletter. Yeah, there's no character. We would have B for Birdie right here. But these are the new, this is the new, I guess, like, platoon commander or director. We have the B for Birdie, which we saw, which is awesome. He's got, like, a rat on his shoulder, right? Yeah. Super sick model. And then, the new plastic automated infantry kits, which look amazing, by the way. And they have Tesla options. And the new Ursus infantry. So let's see. We got to go to community articles. I think it's up here. Yeah, here we go. It's this one, right? Dive into the updates. Oh, so now let's dive into the updates for the rules for the existing units. Let's see, can I zoom this in a little? Beautiful, beautiful artwork, by the way. Is that Soviets? What sort of guns are they using? Oh no, those are Japanese. Are those Japanese and compression rifles? They look like compression rifles, but they're... I guess they could be Japanese, actually. Because the paint scheme looks a little different than what I'm used to. Alright, we take a good look at the new units in the latest article. So now let's dive into the updates for the rules for the existing units, as there have been some very significant changes. As mentioned, we clarified how Mark I automated infantry and platforms can now temporarily remove the first of line rule that gives them the pesky -1 shooting attacks. Ooh. Wait, we've clarified how the... Oh, okay, first off, have the rule... Okay, -1. This now has a... I gotta stop taking a break, and I'll read the paragraph at a time. This now has a name, data transmission, and works in the same way as before, but the rules listed on all units that confer it rather than those with the first of line. This isn't a seismic rule change, but it's cleaner and allows for easier combining with other rules. The importance will become clear shortly. Okay. So, can temporarily remove the first line... Oh, the first line thing where it's like the minus... you can like shoot through each other? Is that what they're talking about? First off the line. Mark I infantry suffer -1 to hit when shooting. What? I don't think we've ever done that. Have we? Well, I guess computational systems means you can move and shoot, but I feel like we've never used that ever. I feel like Rev's never realized that. Or maybe he has, and when I played them, I didn't know. Or I used all Mark II infantry when I played that one game. I feel like we haven't been doing this the entire time. I gotta take a look, though. I gotta ask Rev. I feel like we haven't been doing that. Because they've been hitting on, like, 4s every time they've moved. But I guess that... with the computational systems. Anyways. The biggest change is high voltage. The rift ability for Mark I infantry. This is actually a version of the rules that was considered during the original development of the Commonwealth list, but it didn't end up making it in. However, our Doughty playtest... I've never... That's an English... That's an English word. What the hell is that? We're in America, buddy. I don't know what the hell that means. You know what this means, chat? Let's look it up. Dowdy. Brave and persistent. Dowdy? That's so weird because it's like the word doubt. So it's just... His dowdy spirit kept him going. Archaic and humorous. I've never heard that word before. Dowdy. It's courageous and resolute, especially in the face of danger and adversity. Okay. However, our courageous and in the face of adversity playtesters have thoroughly tried it out against a variety of opponents and were confident it will both be effective in the game and really characterful. Oh my god, I can't talk. Characterful and fun as an upgrade on the original version. Here's the new rule. Okay. So this is being added to Mark I infantry, right? Or it's changing. Let's take a look. Do they have high voltage? Oh, they do. Okay, this is changing it. So you can normally, when executing a fire order, Mark I infantry squad, this is the old one, may increase the shots value of their weapons by +1. If they do so after resolved, the unit suffers a number of hits equal to the number of firing models. Oh, okay. with an equivalent pen to it. I see, I see. Yo, what's going on, Krypton? How's it going? Dude, I still haven't caught a single striped bass. The fishing has not been very good for me. There was a time in May when the fishing was pretty decent, but I was tying like hundreds of roosterfish flies for these guys going down to Mexico. So, unfortunately, I mean, I fished all spring from like April through May, even fished some worm hatches. I had one fish blow up on a fly, but my local fishing's been terrible. And the thing is, I don't have my boat. I can't, not the trim, we got a trim unit, but the tilt swivel mount for the motor, I can't turn it. So it's like, if I had my boat, I could probably get out on the water, but yeah, I know there's some areas where people have been killing it, but like recently, past couple years, my local back bay fishing like really fell off. So if you're fishing in the ocean, so I actually went out in a boat though to Mauritius and fished in the ocean with my buddy. We marked bait the whole way. We didn't catch a single thing. He's been getting a couple bluefish in there, but I don't know, the fishing out here has not been particularly good. So, all right, we can't get distracted though. High voltage. When executing a run order, a Mark 1 infantry squad may use this active rift enhancement. The unit gains Deadly 2 and Fast. Ooh. For the duration of the run order. Exhaust the unit's rift die. So they're changing it, right? Yeah, they're changing it from you can get +1 shots, but potentially kill your own dudes. You could potentially kill your own dudes in the old one and get extra shots, but they changed it to you gain Deadly 2 and Fast. I mean, that's pretty good for a slow unit. If you gain Fast, even if you don't do melee, you can gain Fast and then run 16 inches. So you can at least get it on an objective, which is an issue I've had. No, it's all good, Krypton. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. It's easy for me to get distracted with the striper stuff because, yeah. Yeah, well, I haven't even seen fish. You know what I mean? That's the issue. And the big thing is there's a lack of small fish because we just don't have small fish in general on the East Coast. They're decent sized fish around, but in like 5-10 years, we're going to see some serious side effects of the lack of spawns. All right, back to it. We just love the idea of the dials on the Mark 1's chest going into the red zone as they clank forward at terrifying speed, steam and sparks flying. For that activation, the squad can cover 16 inches on a charge, twice the normal rate, deliver plenty attacks in close quarters combat when it arrives. Even if they don't get in combat, it can be a great way for them to get on objectives. That's exactly what I was saying, because I played the Commonwealth with the Mark 1 or the Mark 2 infantry. We played Demolition against the Soviets. One Ursus infantry was able to charge and then run around to the demolition building, and I couldn't get my Mark II infantry guys around to get enough damage on the Ursus infantry. So, because they were so slow. So that's good. And now they can charge, but the Ursus infantry would still probably clean them up here. And it gives you a good reason to expend a rift die to try and fish for surging. Because what's their surging bonus? They just lose lumbering, which, I mean, is not bad, but... But then again, they might not be able to run after, but whatever. They're still going to be shooting a lot of times. More so to get movement, I would say. The new ability would be exciting on its own, but it's not all. These models are sculpted with bayonets on the MMGs. Now have rules costing 3 points per model for the upgrade. They confer tough fighter and +1 pen. Ooh, okay. So they're going to gain Deadly 2. So they're going to have... And they have tough fighters if they use that. But so tough fighters, 2 attacks, 1 pen is good. But the Deadly 2 also works against vehicles while tough fighters doesn't. Okay, so that's good. That's one benefit over it, right? Automated infantry, this way get 2 attacks in combat with the enemy infantry, or 3 when using their rift ability. Oh, so it goes up to 3? Because you get one extra attack or something, and the deadly goes up. Is that how that works? Or I guess because they have tough fighter, and then there's some rules interaction there. This is where Rev really helps because he usually knows all this stuff. I'm just working the camera half the time and trying to make things look cool. Just finished watching the battle report. Nice. How's it going, Legion? Yeah, do a little. It's still early, but what do you call it? I mean, it's not that early. I just need another cup of tea. What do you call it? Do a little earlier streams during the week before Mr. Mordian gets on. The new ability would be, okay, they can now damage heavy infantry and monsters and even armored vehicles. Though with only 2 attacks per model, yeah. Alright, so that's going to be giving a nice buff to the Mark 1 infantry and giving them a much more... So this is what's interesting. They could easily just change the rules because nothing's in the book with the abilities and the points cost and all that. So they can always just change things as they want, which is great to see that they are. They're balancing things. You know what I mean? And we have the Japanese book coming. We have new Ghost Attack Infantry. Conspiracy. I'm not going to do the whole tinfoil thing because that's Mordian's thing. But what if... We got to shut the music off for this. What if, with the new Japanese Ghost Infantry, we get a new Japanese Ghost Infantry ability that doesn't suck balls? I hit a cheer button, but it didn't work. Just saying. What if we get something where you can, like, teleport into combat or teleport on an objective or this, or at least it'll automatically go off and you won't lose your entire unit, but you just take some damage or something like that. Some way of making it to where it's not a ultra feel bad moment when you fail your morale. Because you would think we've done like 22 battle reports, and there's only been so many Japanese ones. In 2 of them, Rev has lost his entire squad of Ghost Infantry. One of them was on turn 1. We gotta get a laugh for that. So that'd be cool if they make it like to where the Japanese, with the new models, they could change the Ghost Infantry rules. And perhaps, I didn't look at the new models, but I don't think there's any new weapons or anything. But because they're not going to change like weapons and things like that, because that's in the book. It's stuff that is not in the book and is on the website they can change, which is nice. But I guess they could always add things. But all right, so Mark II infantry mentioned data has some changes as a data transmission as being one of them. They also get the option to take the M21 light Tesla, so that's pretty good. That's the one that's on the linebacker. It's 1 attack, Tesla Arc 3 plus 1 pen. So you'll get Tesla, when you activate the Tesla die, you'll get 4 attacks plus 1 pen. So if you... Generally, you can... you do also get plus 1 pen against vehicles with a Tesla. So if you shoot and you get all 4, you can get plus 5 if you're close enough. I don't think you get the point blank bonus, but you could get a side shot or a rear shot. You could get it up to what, plus 6 pen or something. Either way, plus 4 pen against a damage value 9 you're glancing on a... That's assuming you hit with all of them, but that's good. Choosing that option also gives them an extra rift die, which is really good. Yes, that is true for the data transmission rule. There is a ghost unit that can spirit walk into combat as long as they have LOS. Interesting. Okay. I just want to see the Japanese get some little buffs here and there. You know what I mean? Because we got pros like Tiki the Hut and Rev, playing the Japanese, but the overwhelming amount of comments on every Japanese video where people are like, "Man, I wish the Japanese were better." That could be many different reasons, but it would be cool just to give them a little something, a little boost or bump here or there. They are good. You need to focus on infantry and you need to focus on ambushes. They are very good, but it's tricky. There's not. I don't think there's many different ways to play them. I think there's probably a couple different ways, but compared to like the Axis where there's like 30 different ways to play them. All right. On the plastic Mark II frames, there are two bodies, one of which has a backpack compatible with the Tesla. You don't have to give it every model with this backpack a Tesla gun. It simply represents that it could be given an M21 if deemed necessary in the field. Okay. This is what the British Army called being fitted for, but not with. Fitted for, but not with a piece of equipment, and had handy benefit of minimizing the number of extraneous pieces on the sprue. Okay. Automated platforms. Oh, wow. Okay. Automated platforms. Remember the ones that every time Rev used them, people would complain because they all blew themselves up? They blew themselves up every single time he used them. They would shoot, not do any damage, and then using the rift ability means they took a damage roll, and I would roll for it every time, and it would blow up. He stopped using them after that. The monkeys were way better. The automated platforms also benefit from not taking hits when they use their ability now. Oh, okay, nice. Very good. And there are a couple of tweaks. Okay, so that means they're actually kind of good now. So they also benefit from not taking hits when they use their ability now. And there are a couple of tweaks to the Rift abilities too. The Bombardier changes Rift ability so that exhausting a Rift die gives it shot corrosive D3. What the is that? Is that a key? Is that a word, or is that already in there? Or is that a new keyword? Where are these things? I always forget. They're down in the vehicle or like machine gun team. Here we go. Lancer. Where's the bomber? Was there a bomber? Oh, there's a mortar one. No, what's corrosive? Corrosive's a new thing. It just gives a D3 or something? Or it'll probably be on there. It'll be here somewhere or something. Or maybe here. Yeah, so previously it would suffer D3 hits with +1 pen on top. And you would add it up. It's damage, or I think you add it up because it's against a vehicle. And it's only damage value 6, so I was like blowing it up every time. It does have hard to kill and fearless, computational. Oh, they're way better now though. I need to stream more. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, of course, dude. I always try. I was lurking in Ed's channel for a little bit, but when I see you or like Tiki on or somebody, I try and hop in there for a little bit. I'll try and stop in and say hello. I was editing videos, so I had you on in the background. But yeah, dude, you gotta get a better camera for sure. You can even use your phone as a camera in OBS or Streamlabs OBS particularly. I don't know what you're using to stream. What you should do is you should download OBS. I don't know if you have a computer either. Are you just streaming on your phone or something? You should download OBS, or you could always use something simpler like Streamlabs OBS. And you can even use your camera. I think you can use your camera as a capture device, your phone camera as a capture device in regular OBS. But just get yourself like a Logitech web camera or something. They even have some better web cameras now for if you want to spend a little bit more, if you don't want an actual camera. Like I'm using, this is a Logitech C920 or something. It's like the standard cheap one or something. And it's not the best, but if we try and, you could probably, if you put it on a tripod and you have the lighting okay, that's not bad. You know what I mean? Like you could definitely paint like this. It's shaky right now, but this isn't the best. You could definitely get better ones. But definitely get yourself a little better web camera. You know what I mean? And that'll help you out way more. I know you gotta stop buying Trekwolf and just buy yourself a web camera, and then you can go back to buying Trekwolf. And I know it's tough. It's tough. It'll pay off though, because your minis and then we get to see your paint desk in a higher quality. Which, oh my god, that'll be so good. Like, because the cool thing about your stream is they not only get to see the miniature you're working on, they get to, it's like a Where's Waldo of looking at all the empty paint bottles and crap on your desk. Like And they're like, I was looking at them, like, you could see like layers of speed paint or whatever, or like PVA glue and stuff built up on the desk over time. That's my favorite thing. You got to come up with a name for it. That needs to be a thing where it's like, you like, or on, you should make an Instagram account where you take a photo of your hobby desk every day and show the evolution of it. Day one of the cosmic paint station or something, because it's got like that needs to be an archaeological dig. That's like a history. It needs to go to a like a hobby museum. You know what I mean? They'll study it years down the road. A lot of history in that board. An 836 Samsung phone. Oh no, it's a great. That's what I'm saying. Cosmic's doing great streams. So invest in like a cheap like a pretty cheap webcam, and it's gonna just elevate it to the next level. You know what I mean? That's all. Let's get the AOE music back on. All right, yeah. So corrosive D3 is kind of a new thing, I guess. Let me shut this camera off for now so it doesn't get so hot. I'm streaming with if you guys see it, hold on. I mean, mind you, I spent a lot of money on this sucker, but this is a Sony a6400, and it's using a micro USB cable running into an Elgato cam link. So, but I use this for all my filming. I've been using it to make YouTube videos for years. So, but mind you, that freaking camera body was, just the body alone was ridiculous. All right. And it's not even like the top tier models. It's crazy how expensive this stuff is, dude. So you don't need crazy stuff. Get yourself, do some like look in YouTube videos and look and see what's a good cheap web camera that's good. Or just look on reviews on Amazon or something, honestly. All right. So that's all the individual units covered, but where's the automated platoon? Mandatory units for an automated platoon is 1 director, 2 infantry squads, Mark 1s, and 1 Mark 2 infantry heavy squad. Okay, so you have to take that. Okay, that's not that surprising. The center mandatory gives you options of fielding a small automated platoon alongside an assault platoon if you want to make this your core army, so you can flesh it out with. Okay, so you can add also, right? Or is this just, that's the required, mandatory. So you can have up to 2 Mark 1s. Oh, you guys aren't seeing the screen. Sorry, my bad. So this is the mandatory for the automated platoon. And then these are the options. So it's all robots, which is cool. I like it. It's cool. Okay. And I think they talk about B for Birdie soon here. Oh, there's probably special rules, right? Platoon special rules. Yeah, I like the platoon special rules. I gotta admit. British bot-only army. I mean, that's pretty much almost what Rev's playing, along with just like some monkeys. Can you take... You can't take a walker, but you could always take a walker squad and just have a Merlin with no command. Or have like 2 Merlins or whatever. And a monkey squad in there as your advanced or something. Platoon special rules are both useful on the battlefield, also really highlight the characters of the automated infantry. First, the data transmission rules extended up to 12 inches for models in the same platoon. That's really good. So if you just take mostly and you load up this automated platoon, like your whole army's going to be benefiting from the extended range on the data transmission. Since both automated directors and Mark II infantry get this rule by keeping your army... Oh, okay. Isn't there data transmission for most of these, right? Anyways. Then each of these have an issue... Then each of these issue an order... Wait, hold on, where were we? By keeping your army shape, you should be able to mitigate the penalties for most of the battle. Okay, okay. Secondly, Mark II heavy infantry in the automated platoon can issue a single snap 2 to units that have first off the line, so the Mark 1s, right, on their profile within 6 inches. Does this mean you can snap 2 action from a director to Mark II units, then have each of these units issue an order to a unit of Mark I's. Whoa, what? Yes, it does. In practice, the automated director, the chance to activate 4 other units and an ability usually reserved for company commanders. Holy shit. Pardon my French. Combined with superior code breaking, which I think is that the one where they get to take one turn, or they get to start one game turn of their choice on turn 2 or something. Starting turn 2, they can pick to pull a dice out of the bag. Interesting. So how is this working? Mark II heavy infantry in and on. Can issue a single snap 2 to units that have first align. So you take the director, issue a snap 2 to your 2 Mark II infantry squads. Those Mark II infantry squads then issue orders to the Mark I infantry squads within 6 inches. So you have a line of clankers that, like, you could double advance, double shoot. So by taking a director and snapping two Mark II infantry units, they can then snap to the Mark I, so you can activate essentially 5 units, including the director, or 4 without the director. Okay, well, yeah, that seems pretty good. It's like a company commander snap 2. But cheaper, I guess, right? It does require you to position yourself, but a lot of times I feel like the clankers are all over. They're right next to each other anyway when Red plays them. Yeah, we're calling them clankers from now on. We're not calling them bots or anything. I'm calling them clankers. I'm already at war with AI anyway, so let Skynet come for me. This is what this platoon is all about. Carefully biding your time and marshaling your resources before launching a decisive strike. I was trying to say it cool and I couldn't even pronounce the word decisive. Of course, a canny opponent will have plenty of tricks to frustrate your plans, but just the possibility of pulling off such a coup is worth the risk. Part of what makes K-47 so much fun. True. Rev will utilize this to the max, because I struggle trying to make things like this happen on tabletop. But Rev always is like a chess mastermind, strategically placing his Heinrich Ross and Knockdiggers so he can like double charge and do stuff. Rev's going to totally kick my ass with this. With the changes to Rift abilities described above, plus the chance to add quite a few light Tesla cannons to your unit, it should immediately be obvious that it gives Commonwealth players a chance to participate much more actively in the minigame of Rift dice management, the accumulation of precious surging. I will say, having U.S. units, or having U.S. or Axis units with so many Rift die, like Fireflies, Paragons, Mechs, and then the Axis having all these different units with like special abilities, like monsters or whatever they are, stall trooping, it gives you the chance to distribute at the end of turn, or pulling dice out of the bag. It gives you more chances to roll surging, and it gives you the chance to distribute surging to the units where it matters most. So that is true. I think the Commonwealth's going to be in a really good spot after this. But so that's all good stuff. But the weakness, what weakness does the new platoon have? On the whole, it's quite slow, though their computational systems rule allows them to advance and fire without penalty. Yep. So your gun line doesn't need to halt fire. Yeah, okay. The new high voltage rule allows for Mark 1s to enjoy short bursts of high speed mobility. Mobile platforms with surging die get fast rule, and the automated carriers are very nippy too. Okay, so the automated carriers can zip around. Or the mobile platforms, so like the automated infantries with surging get fast. That's really good. They're really doing a good job of dealing with some of the weaknesses of the clankers. Be careful though, these isolated units can easily get out of data transmission, range of data transmission, reducing their firepower. Oh, okay, so yeah, you are going to have to keep them fairly close together, so they work together essentially, which they kind of were already, where you could like shoot through your own units and stuff. I'm eagerly awaiting the full release of bolt-action armies of Commonwealth units New Zealand, and then growing my small Anzac force. I'm slowly coming around to K-47, but still conflicted. Dude, I love bolt-action. They just came out. We're going to take a look. They came out with the new U.S. Heavy weapons platoons in plastic, or like artillery platoons, and they have like a new U.S. Stars and Stripes kit, and I'm like, oh, dude. I still need to, so I need to get Africa Corps, an Africa Corps box, because Rev wants to do Africa Corps, but he has Soviets, I have Winter Germans, he has Winter Soviets, and I have Winter US. So we do have this book, which I want to do. We have the, Rev ended up getting it, Campaign Case Blue. It just came out with like those Soviet naval guys, I guess, or the Soviet infantry, or the Soviet release or something, but it's like covering the Germans going into like Crimea and Russia, or the part of some sort of campaign. I don't know, but after the failure of Barbarossa. So, anyways, so I love bolt action. And especially the minis, dude. I love bolt action minis and stuff like that. I absolutely love it. So we're going to start doing some bolt action. We've just been... The people love Conflict, and so do we. It's hard to like, you know, we're like, what should we play? Should we play bolt action? Should we play this or that? And then it's always like... Rev's like, I just painted up my new unit. And I'm like, all right, I just made a new list. All right, cool. Dude, I love bolt action. We're going to go heavy. I think what we're going to do is... We're going to do like little... We're going to do our own campaigns. And like taking inspiration from the books. But I'm excited. The thing is, I want to get the board looking better, dude. You got people like Barefoot Miniatures, my Minister of Miniatures, Tabletop Command. Their boards look so good. I want to get my bolt action boards looking better. All right. The preponderance. I can't deal with these Brits, man. My English, I mean, my American reading level is not high enough for this. Okay? And I graduated community college. Okay? The preponderance of pen +1 and better firepower should allow you to whittle down Totem Corps armies so that by the time they get into contact, you can survive their assault. And being fearless, you aren't going to run away if you lose a round of combat. Very true. I've been locked in combat with Mark II infantries. I've had a Schreckwolfen squad be locked in combat with a Mark II infantry squad for literally about 7 activations. So they fought about like 9 times. In one video or something. Or proliferation. I've never heard anyone say preponderance. Well, there's plenty of inspiration in history alone. True. True, absolutely. Similarly, the hunter platforms are handy, and if you get them in a Surgeon Riptide, they become fast, move in position to line up flank or even rear shots. Very true. Mark 1 bayonets give you a good counter to armies that you want to get in a close combat, and even hold their own for a turn against Schreckwolf and Ursus. But the army is vulnerable to being overrun by walkers, so you may want to consider a heavy walker to deter them, or perhaps even an automated platoon. Armored platoon with a Tesla Cromwell or two. Yeah. I think you definitely need some big walkers to deal with, like Schreckwolfen or the Ursus. More of a legal word, gotcha. Legalese. Beautiful artwork. We got a bayonet on there. I'm assuming this is new, yeah. 25. Steph Kopinski. Love it. The original B for Birdie one, okay. Oh, so, B for Birdie is on this one then, right? Yeah. So let's take a look. Everyone's favorite robot, the iconic B for Birdie. His story seems to have really resonated with people and has been a highlight of Conflict 47 narrative so far. So naturally we had to bring him to the tabletop. Yep, him and Little Peacock have been the most popular characters from Conflict so far. So I'm glad to see B for Birdie is getting some love and not just Little Peacock. You know what I mean? As a hero, he can be seconded to any British Commonwealth platoon, but because of his I can't even deal with this. Was Mordian able to read half of these words? Was Mordian able to read half these words? I really need to know. Or was he struggling too? Itinerant? Okay, we gotta Google another one.
Itinerant.
Itinerant. Like an itinerary? I've never seen it spelled like itinerant. Traveling, a person who travels from place to place. Just say nomad. Just say nomad. Itinerant. Alright. I need to know if Mordian was able to pronounce some of these words that I'm struggling with. Is it like a British thing, or is it like a U.S. Lack of English? Paying attention to English class? Too much bond rips or something? Unpredictable nature, and he can also be included in the U.S. armies. I might get one for myself. I think I need to order one. Because Rev does have one, but who knows? I mean, he's probably going to paint it pretty subtle, but he's I kind of want to do it different. Obscure and pompous language. It's all good. It's just whoever wrote this has a much higher I can't even think of the word, dude. A much higher education than I do. It's fine. It's good. We're learning words. Itinerant. Okay? AKA homeless. On the tabletop, he sits apart from your force organization, not being able to issue or benefit from the Snap 2 action ability. Okay, just like in most heroes. Or like Roberta Wells or something. That means he's the first hero who can't function as a platoon commander. Wait. I guess Roberta Wells Firefly can, but regular Roberta Wells can't. That's no, this one. Hero. I don't think you can. Oh, I guess. I don't think she can be used as a platoon commander. Because if I go on my list, I think I still need a platoon commander if I make a list. Even if she's... You pick a hero. Because she can't be issued a... I don't think she's considered a company commander. Like Slammer Samuels. Hero may be used as a platoon commander. Firefly platoon only. Hero may be used as a company commander. Yeah, but the regular Roberta Wells scientific advisor is not. Haha! We caught this extremely intelligent article writer. We figured it out. Yeah, but not the scientific advisor version. And that was the first version. You can't pick that option as well in the Firefly platoon because they just made one for the Apocalypse list. So this hero is not a company commander. And she was out before the other version. Haha! Got him. I'm looking for a way to feel better that this author is way smarter than me with their English, so I'm just fucking around. But we did get him. His motivations are too far obscure to lead others, although only damage value 6. He's pretty difficult to put down with hard to kill and count him 3 points of luck. I heard that from Morty and I tuned in a little bit at the end of our last stream. And that's sick. So 3 points of luck, hard to kill, which at the very least 5 up, not to die out in the open, and he's damage value 6. So he's probably going to live, even if you shoot at him with he can survive 4 rounds of Ursus infantry combat easy. Maybe 5, 6 with his hard to kill. So that's cool. But in reality, if you're not getting charged by Ursus or Shrekwolfen or something, he's probably going to live for a majority of the game with that much luck. His active rift enhancements give him... Wait, does he have... He doesn't have any guts, though, or anything, I wonder? We'll see if he has guts or Rift Mastery. I'm assuming, but maybe not. See, this Roberta Wells is the one I have. Scientific Advisor. I got to get a B for Birdie. For sure. Paint him up different than Rev. His active Rift enhancement gives him the chance to rain down retribution on enemies who may have the audacity to shoot at his friends. Called Protective Subroutine. This allows him to exhaust a Rift die when a friendly unit within his line of sight is the target of a ranged attack. He can then make an advance, though he can only shoot at an enemy unit that fired. Okay, so he can advance and then shoot after they shoot at somebody. And this is not when he's activating, I'm assuming, obviously. Crucially, Birdie does not need an order die to do this. You can even do it if he's already activated. So, okay, that's you're going to be doing this a lot. If you can. If he has Rift Mastery more than one Rift die, then that's good. Yeah, again, though, with the Firefly Platoon one, that's only the Firefly version. Not the regular Roberta Wells version. And that she was out way before both of those, or the new platoons were out. That's all my point. Roberta Wells, the first hero that cannot be used as a platoon commander or company commander. Let me point my glasses up and my fedora and go in Reddit mode. Actually, Roberta Wells, Scientific Advisor, was the first one that couldn't be a platoon commander, so clearly knows what you know. That wasn't a good Reddit voice. What's a good Reddit voice? How do they talk? They like, I'm just thinking of a dude with a fedora, and he's got like a katana. He's like, my lady. I see people do it all the time, but I just can't picture the Reddit voice. I haven't used Reddit in years. That's my issue. I need to do a deep dive. On top of this, you can infiltrate, which is great. Has the option of automatically passing tests to enter the battlefield when out flanking, so you can pop up pretty much any time. Automatically is fantastic, because even without the -1 from the Americans, I've failed my jump-in so many times. You know what I mean? On the face of it, he doesn't have any massive damage dealing capacity, being armed with dependable HMG. HMG is great. So what? It's going to be 3 attacks plus 1 pen? That's still good. But if used intelligently, he can really mess up your opponent's battle plans. Yeah, he's going to be more just like Roberta Wells' Scientific Advisor. I think this is where it shines. You put the two together. You put I should save this photo. It looks so good. Not that, like, I went to zoom in. It just immediately goes to that guy. He's like, oh shit, it's Roberta Wells. We're going to lose our surging die. No, I want to go all the way over here. What do you call it? You put these two together. Morty and Glory was able to say most. Okay, gotcha. So that's good to know. Well, you know what? I don't need to know these British American words like automated and combination. We don't use those things here in the US. Psh, we just have AI do it for us. I'm joking, by the way. So I'm going to probably put Roberta Wells and Birdie together and use her to make units Rift Eyes inactive, and when they shoot at her, he can shoot at them. And there's got to be some other benefits. She can also... Now, the other Roberta Wells can make somebody surging. He can just be like a little bodyguard for her. And I love the fact that she's 68 points, by the way. I wonder what he's going to be. No matter what, I should get one. Alright, very cool. I'm guessing this is going to take me there. What's he cost anyway? All the characters are so cheap, I should just get them. They're all in Westers. I don't know what that is. Did you mean to type sweaters? Are they all wearing sweaters is what you meant to say? Nope, I meant to go regular. Hold on. Not community, damn it. Warlord Games. There we go. Also, I wanted to take a look. Check this out. If you guys are interested, you could probably do something pretty sick. 120 points for Birdie. That's really good. Because he's just going to survive a while, and he's just going to do... It's going to be a thorn in the side of Rev's units. So that's good. I like it. I did want to show this. There's got to be something sick you guys could do with this for Conflict. Or for other games. They're discontinuing Mythic Americas. Okay? Some of the stuff is up to 75% off. So, I mean, if you want a rule book, they got it for $6. But you could get a starter set. It's normally $120. It's down to $60. The main thing is they have some really cool miniatures. It's a great source for your undead. Ah. Yeah, they have a bunch of wild-looking stuff. So, like, if you were doing some sort of finish, because I saw Kaishu Niku Miniatures has, like, Yetis. You could use these for, like, some finish or something like that. A Shrek Wolfman, for instance. You got Incas riding condors. I was looking at some of the North American tribe stuff, like the nations, but what I would love is for the U.S. to have, because they do have, like, they had Pathfinder squads where they were using, like, Native Americans in World War II for tracking and stuff like that for their superior skills. They might have been Navajo, I forgot what they were, but there should be a Conflict United States unit with some native tribes or something. Or you could do a South American army or something. Fiji Giants. Yeah, they got Aztec, like, ogres, a lot of it's spears and this and that, but you could probably give these guys guns. If you find some sort of minis where they have, like, arms, you know? If you really wanted to. So there's not a ton. There is some cool stuff. There's, like, a temple and whatnot. That's not on sale, though. I'm surprised. But they're going to discontinue all this stuff. So I figured I'd point it out. Yeah, here's, like, Mohawk warriors with tomahawks. These guys look sick. So they're great, too, probably for other games. You know what I mean? Webster's Dictionary for radio comms. Code Whispers. What are you saying? You use Webster's Dictionary for... figure out radio comms for videos or something? What? I'm confused. Alright. So yeah, I wanted to point that out. There's also we took a look at it, but I'm tempted, dude. I'm waiting to see if they approve my Warlord Games affiliate program. To wait to then be in the affiliate program and then buy something with it. Or, you know, to, like, use my affiliate code. But, Stars and Stripes, I'm thinking about getting this. It's got a Scout, M8. Those words are all in Webster's Dictionary. I would imagine. Yeah, they are real words, you know. I'm just being sarcastic. I hope you realized. I mean, we Googled them. These guys, though, I like. So these are the new plastic heavy weapons kits. And I think this artillery piece as well, because the ones I were using were, like, metal, and they were not as fun to put together or deal with or paint. But I want a summertime, like, D-Day, like, time, you know, or D-Day, like, esque, or that time of year, U.S. Army, and then I need to get another German army as well, like an Africa Corps going or something. Or just a non-winter time one. Anyways, keep my eye on that one. They also got a British for King and Country one, which, what is that, a Cromwell, or is that a Matilda? What is that? I never know. It is a Cromwell. Okay, okay. Hey, these guys look sick. Yeah, I know the army is of New Zealand stuff too, where they just came out with the... Oh. They just came out with the new... Or they're coming out with the new books soon, right? The book that goes for the Allied Nations or whatever of the Commonwealth or Great Britain or whatever. I think I saw something on their Instagram. Alright, last but not least, how much is this birdie? 19 bucks, dude. We're gonna get one. We're gonna get one. I just don't know if there's anything else I want. I'm not trying to spend a ton of money though right now. I got bills coming up, so... But I'll definitely grab birdie. And it's not even on pre-order. It's out, right? Yeah, so I can order it. Alright. Cool. I'll make sure I'll do that later. Oh, the code whispers for radio comms. Gotcha. I gotcha. Yes. You're that's what you're saying. Sorry. I talk so much that I forget what the hell I was talking about half the time. You're talking about the name of the in World War II. The U.S. Marines used Native Americans for codes since very few people could speak the native language. You said it came out today, the being new releases, right? Oh, that's Conflikt. Do they have newest or... Oh, so it... Oh, did it officially come out? It's not on pre-order? No, this is a pre-order. Oh, is it this one? Here, is it the Armies of the British Commonwealth? Is this the one you were talking about? This new release bundle, or... With the Gurkhas? Is that the book that covers, like, Australia, New Zealand, I'm assuming? Six distinct army lists packed in Australian, Canadian, East African, Indian, New Zealand, South African. Okay, nice. You got your B for birdie? Oh, okay, today? Very nice. I might pre-order the weapons and artillery. I still have an unopened U.S. infantry box. Yeah, I mean, I just want another U.S. I was thinking about doing, like, honestly, I was thinking about getting the airbornes. Because I would love to do, like, D-Day stuff down the road. You know what I mean? But... Alright, very cool. Very nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick up a B for birdie, for sure. Faux show. Alright, we should be caught up. I will let you guys know too. I have been still working on Tackling the Apocalypse, which is going to be a fishing tabletop game. And I had an idea. We were like, oh, we do fish versus guys, this, that. I was like, I need to like start with something. So I kind of came up with the idea that it's going to be like Warcraft 3 or something, where it's like the map, there's resources on the map, and there's like NPCs that you can kill, or like, you know, AI, and then you gather resources, and then you can use that to add more units or upgrades or this or that, and then you guys fight each other. So like early on, if you play AoE 2 or you play Warcraft, you like go out and you get resources and you're like doing stuff, or you're like luring boar in AoE and you're like building up your dudes. It's not going to be like you build barracks and stuff like that, like the StarCraft game, which we are going to try the StarCraft game at some point. My buddy got all the pre-ordered all the kits. But it's going to be like essentially you can go out and fish and sell the fish, or you can go out and kill like NPCs, like monsters, like mutant fish and like abominations, crocodiles, like turn 1, and then like turn 2 you're doing that and you're farming to build up your dudes and make them stronger or get more units from your little base. and then like your little home area where you spawn in, your dock or something. Or you could just rush some dude turn one with a weaker army, a weaker boats of fishermen, you know, with just knives and little muskets or something. Meanwhile, the other dude has been like, you know, getting resources, and he's built up. Now he's got more fishermen on his board. Build up for the final fight. There may only be one king, fisher king. Exactly. Essentially, like there could be multiple ways of doing it where people could cheese, and like the AoE cheese strat where they send all their villagers to build a new town center right next to your town center, and then like disrupt your whole thing. But they're putting all their eggs in one basket. Or you could do the safer route where you're kind of like going for resources. Or you could do both, where you're like poking and prodding while you're getting resources and trying to keep the other person from gathering fish and scrap. Imagine post-apocalyptic world, stuff's floating everywhere. You're looking for scrap and resources. You're trying to jig up down below near an old post office, trying to, you know, get some sort of like, you know, you're near a structure. You're trying to get some sort of resources you can use to build things. But it's more so just going to be like scrap or, you know, fish or something, or they're going to be the resources. Anyways, I have been working on it in the background, but we got a lot going on, so it's hard to keep up with that. I am going to be streaming more, so maybe we can dedicate one day a week to that or something. I also found there was like Fishing 28, like a Turnip 28 version of fishing some dude made, or his own game or something. So there's like fishing tabletop games, but I think they're like one-player games, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, that's the idea. And it would be played on a smaller board too, so you don't need a ton of space, like a 3x3 or 4x4, you know? Okay. So now that we've covered all that, we can do a little painting for a bit. We can keep painting the trim, which is so delicate and precise that I don't want to do that on stream, because I'm going to need to, like, let's see, can I do it? It's kind of hard to, like, I could definitely do it, I guess. I was thinking we paint the mech. Let's paint the mech. That's, like, way more fun, you know what I mean? Yeah, that'll be cool, dude. I'm excited. The coolest thing is I want to make my own miniatures. I want to, like, I mean, I can find fishermen and stuff, but we can make our own little minis like I've done with Turnip. But I want to make little boats. I want to make little fish monsters. I want to make all that using, like clay, or, like, using, like, the milliput like we did with the tinfoil. I want to make a bunch of stuff myself. There's some really cool guys that scratch build miniatures, like funky, like, grimdarky miniatures that I follow and stuff that, you know, it fits right into Turnip 28, the whole vibe of it, too, you know? So we could probably just use some weird Turnip 28 miniatures as well. Alright, so we're going to paint this sucker up. I want to do... If you look at my camo scheme I've been doing, where's this guy at? By the way, check it out. This is where we kind of ended up with the colors for the Janissaries and their camo. So we got their camo scheme on there. We got it on the backpack, and then we're going to be going with like a purple pinkish color for the rift colors. I did some like gems or something on their scabbard, also some bronze on the face mask and some of the metallic parts. I went back to white for the pants. I do like the white for the pants, and then I used Mephiston red, the Blood Angels color, for the cloak and all that, and the hat. So this is kind of like the camo scheme that I kind of been working on. Just kind of random large black splotches, and then smaller detail work with brown work over the bright tan. We might try and actually extend it out and try and do like a tiger stripe thing, but you know what? It's gonna morph into like some just homogeneous camo pattern anyway, so it'll totally be fine. We could probably do a test on one of the arms perhaps to try and figure out what we want to do. So I got some paints here. I got all my paints for my colors, yada yada yada, and we should be good to go. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick though, because I've been chatting for an hour and my mouth's dry as hell. I'm gonna grab a cup of tea real quick. I do have a seltzer here, but grab a tea. All right, what are you guys doing, chat? You working on any hobby related stuff today? Wow, I didn't think reading that article would make me feel terrible about my English language skills, but you know, that's how it happens sometimes. All right, chat, we're going to take a quick break here. I'm going to put you guys on the little slideshow screen. I still got to make a video for you guys. If you haven't as well, now's a good time. You could, what do you call it, tab down the stream, go check out and click like the video and just leave a quick comment just to help with the algorithm. The new battle report's out, so what do you call it? I know some of you folks already did, and I appreciate that, but what do you call it? The first 24 hours are like super important. I put out a new short for it as well, but it looks like it's doing pretty good. I'm excited. It came out pretty well. I put some time and effort into doing some little narration and voices in it, a little bit more than the last couple ones. So, but I think it was pretty good. I might have made one mistake at some point, but we'll see if anyone catches it. I mean, while we played. But anyways, we'll be back in just a sec, chat. We're going to paint up some of these mechs. Let me get the light turned up here so we can see better. And I'm just going to grab a cup of tea real quick, and we'll be right back at it. All right, we're back. Let's do some painting. Recovering from my last vow, getting geared up for next one, switching from Italians to Home Guard. From your last vow? Are you like taking blood oaths with your bolt action games or something? God, you guys are serious. I vow the Italian shall be victorious on this day. Alright, we're gonna do some painting here. Poor Army Painter Black is running low. I ended up buying a whole kit of white to gray because it was 20 something bucks, $22, as opposed to it was like $8 for just this, you know, or something. Ah, Mordian painting event. Okay, gotcha. I'm just a working. Roger Dodger. I gotta start editing the next battle report. It's the 3K Apocalypse game. That's gonna be... Oof. It's gonna be some work. Alright, some of these areas I didn't hit with the airbrush that good. I want to kind of like... I'm just gonna lightly kind of like... almost dry brush some tan paint on here. Haphazardly. Yeah, I don't even mix up these paints sometimes. They work good. They work good. I'm gonna use my junk brush here to do a light pseudo dry brush. Just get a little bit more color on there. It's okay if it's not perfect. This was made in a shed by a drunk Turkish mechanic, we've already determined. On the Ambo today doing that. Is that, what do you mean, you're editing or something? Or what's the Ambo? Are you ambulance? Are you working on an ambulance or something? Are you a EMT or something? I don't know enough cosmic lore. I know there's like octopuses and mystery goo. I'm learning slowly though about the cosmic lore. Learned a little bit about Tiki. What's Tiki been up to though? I think he's been working, right? He wanted me to like print him some stuff and I told him I'd do it. He was going to trade me some Fallout stuff. I was like, dude, I'm not going to play that Fallout game. Screw that. But I'll print whatever the hell you want. And then he told me he was diving and found like a shark tooth. And that's the last time I heard of him. He found a megalodon tooth. He's popped in here a couple times, but I hope he's doing good. I don't think he's been streaming much because he's been busy. Any areas that just don't have a ton of paint, I'm just going to get some on there because we're going to put some camo on top. Some point, though, we are going to have a game with Tiki one day. And we got a game with Cosmic, I guess. Rev's more of a traveler than me. He has the funds to do it, so I could send Rev down as a representative of Mike Roll's Dice as well. Don't worry, he won't bite you. One day though, we gotta set up like a K-47 event for Long Island. You know what I mean? Tiki's Mia probably dead as we demand, or Tiki's MIA probably dead as we demand on the Mordian stream. Mm-hmm. He's out there. He found a shark tooth via shark bite. He's out there. He's probably snorkeling right now or something and working, living his life. He's out there swimming with the fishes in a good way. Call it the 3-mile event. You'd be down? Hell yeah, dude. One day we'll get you on the channel for an in-person game. I'm up in Long Island, but who knows? I'm sure we'll figure something out. What the hell am I doing again? I'm doing the camo scheme. Trying to. Let's figure it out. Let's pull up a tiger stripe. I actually kind of want to do tiger stripe. He's sleeping with fishes in a weird way. You think? You think he's He likes fish sticks. I'm in love with the fish sticks. You guys remember that episode, dude? That was so good. I remember watching that one when it came out on TV. I was probably ripping a fat blunt too. That was a great episode. I'm in love with the fish sticks. Alright, tiger stripe. Hoorah! We're gonna try and do it. This one, the Rhodesian. I like the Rhodesian one, dude. This is the one I've been kind of trying to... That or the Vietnamese tiger stripe. Let's try a Rhodesian version. Because that looks pretty cool. Okay. It's like little dragons in there. Dragons in the camo. Rip Tiki. First he's AI, then he's a robot, then he's dead, and then he's pulling a Kanye West, sleeping with the fishes. Who the hell knows what's going on? Poor Tiki. The slander, the slander. And we're gonna tiger stripe this thing by hand, you know why? Because why not? You gotta do like... Ah, I see the trick. We have to like... Well, no. We're gonna do that later. With the speckling. A light speckling. I think we want to keep it thin, though, is the idea with tiger stripe. Thin in spaces. Oh, let me zoom in. And let me get the camera right, because I'm going to be holding it. You know, I could probably actually... Oh my god, I'm a genius. Check out the 3D printed paint tool. I got to still figure out where Rev got this, by the way. I know some folks asked, or where he printed it. You know, the funny thing is, I painted most of the brown over... Or I painted most of the black on all the... oh, this might not fit, actually, because it's so small. That's okay. That makes sense. Maybe we can do like a... That's fine, we'll just hold it. I thought it was going to be all slick. I've still been forgetting to use it half the time, so there's that. I have been using it. I usually remember when I'm doing all this fine detail stuff on the miniatures, and I'm like, wait, why is this so hard right now? Oh yeah. Kind of doing it. So hot, the paint, my brush is drying out so quick now. There's like no humidity in the air, it's so dry. I'm going to have, so which way the arm's going to be like this. I kind of want the camo going sideways on the entire thing. So that makes sense what I'm doing right now. Okay. We got to add 3-dimensional layers to it by going over multiple pieces of armor and stuff. It'd be way easier to do what Derelict did and airbrush it, but I can't do that on stream. My airbrush is in my basement, in my dungeon. So we're gonna do it by hand, the old-fashioned way. Totally gonna play some more AoE later. This music just makes me want to play more. I have to beat the AI, okay? Cannot beat. If I can beat the AI in extreme difficulty, then I'll play it online. But I've not been able to yet. Oh, we did a little bit more work on the rules of the Turks. We'll probably cover that again on Saturday. We're getting to the point to where we're getting close to... It's more so just me doing painting at this point to get them ready for the tabletop. So I've been... I gotta print some whirling dervishes. Great. Drop my brush. I've been painting whirling dervishes. I mean, I need to print whirling dervishes, and I need to print Jinn Wolfen, which are Jinn Shrek Wolfen. And we still need to finalize a bunch of rules and stuff, but we're kind of like making pretty good progress. I need to get back to printing, so I should do that later after the stream today. I'm going to fire up the printer. I moved this shelf downstairs, so I actually have a little bit more room near my 3D printer in the basement. I have my 3D printer in a grow tent, so it's fully enclosed, and it has a ventilation fan going outside because the resin fumes are so bad. The one thing I hate about resin printing. You need a freaking hazmat. You need to take like a hazmat course before you start working with that stuff. I've seen people like touching the resin with their hands and like having it in their room. I don't know how the hell they do that. I set that thing up in my room. I was like, I had a migraine for the rest of the day. I was like, okay, this needs to go get enclosed and the fumes need to go outside. This cannot be in the house like this. And now it's all good. I can print as much as I want. Still, I always put on like 2 layers of gloves, and I wear a respirator, and I wear glasses when I deal with the resin. So it's still a pain in the ass. At some point here, I bet you the FDM printers are going to kind of make resin printing obsolete unless it's super fine detail. There's still limitations, especially with very small stuff. But Rev's FDM printer is so good with a lot of things. I think he's got to work on the settings. He kind of like got it to where he can print, but now is like he could definitely make it to where there's less layer lines and less filament fibers and things. He's got to like tweak the settings with a nozzle or something for sure. Yeah, I was talking about it, but I forgot. But doing a Long Island, or like, you know, I guess we would, I mean, somehow if we organize it, it'd be somewhere on Long Island, but do some sort of like Northeast or East Coast conflict tournament, or if somebody puts one together, we should probably go to it. Because I've yet to hear of one. They have like Warhammer tournaments at some of the local game stores, but I don't think any bolt action that I know of here on Long Island. We might need to like do something. We might need to do something ourselves. Whoa, Wiley. Okay, we're making some progress here with the painting for sure. I just need, now I'm a little bit more comfortable with it. I just need to go at it. I was trying to figure out how do I kind of do the patterning. It's getting to the point to where I'm happy with it. Because we're going to be doing a ton of detail work in between. It's definitely going to take a little while, but it should be worth it. For this custom walker that I can only use essentially with me and Rev. Hey, random dude. Hey, you want to play a game of Conflict? Yeah, this is my custom army with all rules I made. Don't worry, it's not overpowered. End up like beating the guy. He's like, I'm never playing with you again. Now I don't even think we have anywhere to go play Conflict in public here. Or I don't even know if anyone is. But luckily we've gotten, it's me and Rev, and we gotten one of our friends into it. But we got to get some more people out here. It's turning into Warhammer 11th edition all over again, where it's the only person I end up playing for the entirety of it is Rev. My entire outlook on Conflict is based off of games with Rev. But to be fair, he's a good baseline because he's pretty damn good at war games, so. Thankfully, it's not like Warhammer, where we do have every single army in the game, which is pretty cool. I think at this point, we literally have 4 different Axis armies, or about... No, yeah, 4. My Green Hand, my Little Peacock army, there's Rev's Nochdalben, Heinrich Ross, Nochdäger army, and now his Totenrot platoon army. So we have 4 different Axis armies that are like 1,500 points each, at least. Which is kind of crazy. I guess that means I gotta make like a New Zealand or like a some British army at some point. Well, I am making a custom Turkish army, so that counts for something, I guess. Alright, what do we think? I think it came out pretty good. I might need to extend a little bit here. Hit the backside of this a little. But so far, I am pretty happy with how this sucker came out. Not half bad. I'm gonna wait to do the brown because I'm pretty confident. Like, I mean, that's pretty good for what we're trying to achieve here. And we'll fill it in with the brown. I'm not gonna do green on top because I want to keep the tan underneath. Though that would be cool, doing a little green on top, but that will change the whole color. I want to keep the color of the army pretty uniform, you know what I mean? We'll try and get the basic black tiger striping part done today on stream. The idea is I want to stream in the mornings, not every day, but I'm going to try and stream really as much as I can. And then before morning goes live, because let's be honest, like the majority of my viewer base is, including me, is a Mordian viewer, so. Which I think a couple other folks do that, like Ed Scar and some other folks. Cosmic. Gotta get the black on there. I'm in love with the fish sticks. I could mix up the music here, but I've been enjoying the AoE 2. You guys let me know if you want to mix it up. We can go Command and Conquer, or something else, something chill, Resident Evil. I appreciate you guys hanging out for a little chill hobby stream. It'll probably be, if we do end up going live during the weekdays, it'll probably be around like 12:30 or something Eastern Standard. Kind of around the time we did today. I do need to get back to editing. And this video is going to be the premiere of the Totenrot platoons, the Firefly platoons. I'm going to try and do some extra hard work and do some, like, get all the rules for all that on screen and talk about it instead of just kind of quickly glancing over the units like we usually do. Because we got a lot of new abilities, a lot of new rules, and I think it's worth taking the time to talk about everything in the battle report. Extra couple minutes, you know? So people understand what's going on. I'm going to say it's probably the craziest game of Conflict we've ever filmed. Like, I thought I was going to win at point. I thought I was going to lose at one point. Then I thought I was going to win. And then I was sure I was going to win. And then I was like, what the hell's going on? And then it was like, we had no idea how the game was going to turn out by the end of the game. Didn't go 7 turns either. Only went 6. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's going to be a long battle report, which is good for you guys because it's more content. For me, that means I'm going to have to spend a week editing the damn thing. So make sure you guys watch the new one or have it on repeat while you're working after this. So we get some good views on it. So the next video does good too. Shout out to Rev early on. He was like watching all the battle reports on repeat. Rev's the homie. By the way, if you guys are almost ready, I have to paint my Gaslands, so we have Gaslands coming up, but we're going to be starting up some pirates soon. I was thinking about building them, but I was like, I need to work on this Turkish army. Let's finish this, and then we'll start the next project. I do need to do some Gaslands painting, though. We're going to have multiple players for Gaslands, too, because of Rev's younger brother, who's taller than both of us. He's going to be playing with us. He's like Hot Wheels with like, or Matchbox with machine guns on him. He's like, hell yeah, I'm playing. We've been trying to get him into war games for a while, but he got hyped for that one. But we're going to be playing Blood and Plunder, which is a Flintlock Games Studios game with pirate ships and pirates and naval battles and French and British Navy, and it's gonna be sick. But there's actual like miniatures, like pirate miniatures and stuff, and ship combat or fighting on shore. And I ran a whole pirate TTRPG campaign for Savage Worlds, so I'm excited to break out my shitty pirate voices for that. Yo, what's up, Ed? How's it going, dude? I'll be doing well. We're painting up our hand-built walker that I finished up off stream from last time. Made up these arms, did some more mods, and then I primed it black and airbrushed it brown, and then airbrushed it to the dark sand color. Now we're trying to do an actual tiger stripe by hand. Is the idea. But I hope you're doing well, dude. Need to wet my brush here. I gotta check though. I think the new battle report's doing pretty good. Oh, I just closed all of my tabs. Give me a sec. How did I even do that? All the tabs. Let's play some Command and Conquer. No, we'll get back on the AoE. I just closed all of my tabs at once. Ridiculous. 1 hour of medieval M&M. What the hell is these recommendations? Mike rolls dice. I watch. I love to see that. Great comment, whoever put that one down. Beautiful, beautiful comment. My favorite. I'm going to try and start making videos other than the battle reports. But I haven't found what I would like to do. Definitely got to make videos covering the Turkish army. I've been filming stuff. I want to do a video on like the lore, the history, and then it's like showing, painting and putting the minis together, but also explaining the army rules. So I think I kind of want to, I'm like, should I do multiple videos? I should, because look at what we've already done. So I should probably do that soon, and then do a second video with all the other minis, and maybe I'll just talk about the idea in the first one while painting these and like putting them together, and just The idea is like almost like Eons of Battle. You know how Eons of Battle does his videos? Similar to like that, but just for this particular. I'm not gonna like start copying him, but I'm using that as inspiration for this custom army video, where it's like building and painting it, but also talking about it. So I'll probably do another one because we still have more stuff to do, and then at some point I need to do a official video like with showing the army off and talking about the custom rules and the custom abilities and the unit options and everything, and probably like I need to make like a PDF and like release it with the video. That's what I really need to do. But God, I've never made a PDF, so that I need to figure out, and how it doesn't look like shit. That'll be a project. What do you think, Ed? You know what it looks like? It looks like here in the U.S. they hang like from a trailer hitch off the back. They hang the nut sack. You know what I mean? That's what that reminds me of right there. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, let's tiger stripe it up. Check this out. You ready, chat? You're not ready for this. The technology is too advanced. She reminds me of something. Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get featured on the Warlord page with this one. The community custom army from Mike Rolls Dice. They're going to like... I'd have to photo it in a way that doesn't show the cock like this or something. Because if I showed it like that, there's no way they would... There's no way. We'll see, dude. I think it's usually like 30 days. We'll see if they accept me into the affiliate program. But they might not. The way it's going, I don't know. I think Warlord just... surely doesn't know that I exist yet is all, right? That's all it is. It's not like they're like... ignoring me or something, right? Of course, right? I'm sure they like me, guys, right? I mean, you know. Warlord only knows 2 YouTubers. I think they know more. They seem really, really present on Instagram, so. But, we'll see, we'll see. I did it because I've gotten so many comments asking about an affiliate code in different videos that I was like, all right, I guess we're doing it. We'll ask. We will ask. The people demand it. No matter what, even if Warlord never responds to me ever, I absolutely love them. So shout out to Warlord. It's okay. I understand. I'm too handsome. I don't understand half of the words you guys put in articles. Don't worry, we still love you guys. We're still gonna make a ton of battle reports for Conflict. It's probably my reading comprehension is really what it is. After that article read, I'm never gonna become a Warlord affiliate. Oh man. Oh yeah. Well, you know, that's the community people or something. All right, we're making some progress here. Looking good, baby. Yeah, I want to start working on my US bolt action. I got to paint a bunch of dudes. I can't stop myself from looking at more bolt action. Like, oh god, I should get something else. That's why we need that affiliate code. I can earn a little kickbacks on their Warlord stuff, and we'll use that to buy more bolt action sprues. You gotta get some US Rangers, get some US Airborne. We're pretty covered. Rev has Japanese bolt action and Commonwealth and Soviets, and I have the US and the Axis. We literally have every army in every. We have every army in war in conflict and bolt action, which is, now that I think of it, pretty impressive for like under a year of playing the game. Or I guess a little, is it a little over a year? It came out when? In September? But was it September of last year? I don't even remember when the game came out, dude. My brain's melted. No, it hasn't even been out a full year, Conflict, right? Didn't it come out last September? Yeah, it came out last September. So we've managed to build multiple of each army of Conflict and multiple bolt action armies in that time, me and Rev, which is just psychotic. I guess it goes to show what happens when you're single, right? Definitely wouldn't be getting this much done if I had a girlfriend right now, I'll tell you that much. That's for sure. All right. Oh, I got to do the balls. You're buying your fourth this weekend? What are you getting, Ed? Well, you're married. Married is different than girlfriend. I'm talking about, let's say you just start dating a girl, you get into that puppy love stage and you're like spending all your time with them, you know what I mean? And then they're like, oh, this and that. But when you're married, you've resigned your guy's self to, okay, I'm with this person. He paints, he does all that stuff. It's different when you get a girlfriend, you know what I mean? Or like if you got a long time girlfriend where you're basically married. And you guys are either going to be together forever or you're just going to be like, all right, we've done this for a while, see ya. Which is usually how they go. Yeah, married's different. You guys secretly hate each other but love each other. No, I'm joking. You know what I'm talking about, though. Like when you first start dating and all that. You're like falling in love. That stage of the relationship where it's like a year or so of just like doing everything and like being with that person or whatever. And then slowly you start being like, all right, yeah, whatever. Over time. That stage. Like, do you really need a car? And no. I'm at a stage she keeps spending all my hobby money. Home, or do you need more conflict? Yeah, well, that's the other thing too, is like, good luck trying to spend money on hobby stuff if somebody wants to buy a house or this or that, or refinish the countertops, and you know what I mean? That's where a 3D printer comes in handy. For sure. 3D printers are great for the broke wargamer and the married wargamer. With a nagging love of their, you know, in their life. Obviously trying to do the right thing, like, hey, we got to do the fence this weekend, we got to do this, we got to do that, but you're like, I got to build these Shrekwolfen. She doesn't follow the Adeptus Mechanicus. She's not like lighting incense on her car and catching it on fire in the parking lot or something. I'm putting paint here, so it doesn't really matter if I tiger stripe right there. She's not a fuck. I don't remember all the words. A tech priestess. I used to know all this stuff. Yeah, build a home with sprues. You use the sprues as frames, and then you use sprue goo to, seal the gaps. And you just got to use enough sprues to cover up the gaps. The walls may be like 20 foot wide thick, and you may have very limited living space. But at least you'll have a storage container full of Conflict 47 somewhere. You probably need to buy a storage container or a storage unit somewhere, but still, you'll have a ton of minis. Be sick. Open up a Conflict cafe. Or like a war game cafe with all your armies and let people play. Don't have armies or want to try a new game? Or, just find a place to play and then you have food? Multi-million-dollar idea. Have every Warhammer army, have bolt action armies, Star Wars Legion. And people just come and they could play any army they want in detachments or any games they want. That would actually be pretty sick. Problem is, they would probably just steal crap and break stuff half the time, but that just means you get more sprues to fix your house. I want to start trying demo games at the club now that I have 2 armies. Yeah, you definitely got to start getting people into it. Or say, hey, try this game out, dude. You ever hear of a game where it's not you wait 20 minutes for your opponent's turn 1, and you have to wait for the guard player to move 500 dudes across the board when you're playing Chaos Knights or something? You want a game where you can go back and forth-ish, but there's randomness involved? And there's werewolves and dudes in chunky power armor that look like they're from Wolfenstein. Step 1, win the lottery. Step 2, open a hobby cafe. Step 3, open more hobby cafes. Yeah. The problem is it's just trying to run a business nowadays, let alone some sort of cafe that's Steam related. It's probably impossible. But if you're in a city somewhere, then I bet you could do it. I bet you somebody probably even has a Warhammer cafe where that exact situation happens. It's probably in Japan or some shit. But yeah, trying to have an actual business storefront is a death sentence, I feel like, nowadays. One of the most common things is you see restaurants, new restaurants opening and new restaurants closing all the time in existing, buildings. It's one of the most common things you see. I don't know if it's like that there in the UK or other parts of the world, but opening a restaurant in particular is a tricky venture, to say the least. Generally a losing one. But that's the thing, though. You still need to, you don't want to waste all your lottery money having to replenish. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because you're going to have your lottery money and you're going to live in a plastic sprue house like Cosmic. So you can afford to take the losses of broken minis and an unprofitable business. If you do live in the woods in a sprue house behind your business, or maybe in the back room, you technically don't need the sprue house, but I feel like the sprue house is so cool we have to do the sprue house now, so you could have a sprue shack in the back. Yeah, the sprue, I forgot about the sprue house you're not gonna have too many expenses. You just got to deal with, every once in a while you got to move it when the sheriff's office finds that you've been illegally living in the woods in your sprue house. Something tells me you can't buy a piece of, in a normal residential neighborhood. I don't think you could, have the property and just build, a little makeshift cardboard house and live in it. I don't think you're allowed to do that, even though we live in America. Something tells me you definitely can't do that in the UK. If you had a piece of property out in the woods, it doesn't matter. You could build yourself a plastic sprue house. But imagine you lived in a residential neighborhood and you started building yourself a house out of sprues. I don't. They would probably. It would just be like an unsafe structure that you wouldn't be allowed to. That's probably the simple legalese thing. Well, that's why I asked what it's like in the UK. But I'm referring to my American viewers, as I am a fellow American. Proud to be USA! USA! Back-to-back World War champions. Or whatever that the Burnt Peanut plays when he dunks on other places. Sean, a freaking Axis lover, doesn't want the Turkish rebellion to happen. Doesn't want Roberto Wells to beat Heinrich Ross. We're gonna have to put him on a list. Not patriotic enough. It's my land. I'll live in a trench dugout if I want to. Yeah, well, that's the thing. They're going to send the SWAT team for you when you're in your Krieg outfit in a trench in a residential neighborhood you dug for yourself on your property. You're like, incoming! You're like role-playing. Or playing Over the Top, the World War I game. On like a laptop in a trench. You've like set up a camp. You have like runners come in and you're like, the runners will be here any second. It's like Uber Eats. My God. The orcs. It's like the Karens from the Neighborhood Watch. Grenade! You're like throwing water balloons at them. Is that what you do on the weekends, Cosmic? Now I can understand why your wife doesn't want to live in a sprue house. That does sound fun, though. Just spending the afternoon in a Krieg outfit, getting drunk, and, like, role-playing in the backyard with your buddies. Get brides to call in artillery strikes. There you go. Now, they got to get through the razor wire, true. Yeah, the Karens get caught up in the razor wire real easy. Oh, we're winning a gajillion monies now? Okay. I didn't know it was gajillion. Well, if you're a gajillionaire, then you're fine, probably, but... Even a millionaire, I think you gotta make sure that people aren't stealing all of your Marneus Calgars from your Marneus Calgar only army. Has someone made a Marneus Calgar only army where it's all Marneus Calgar heads on, like, Space Marines? I know they've, like, memed, but has anyone actually done it? There has to be. I do be Krieging it up sometimes. You're like washing the dishes in the Krieg outfit. Yep. Taking out the trash. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, it looks sick. Did you buy most of that? Is it like 3D printed a lot of it or something? There's got to be a lot of 3D printing going on, right? Or did you buy all that? We got to camo up the cock gun. 1 cock push-up. Stat. I'm not gonna lie, it feels weird painting this. I feel slightly uncomfortable painting the shafts here. What have we done? What have we done with this monstrosity by giving him a machine gun cock? Twin. And balls. What have we done? We've taken any and all chances of seriousness with this and completely gone out the window. But hey, you know what? It's beautiful. Who am I to judge? I know I did this. I'm well aware I did this. But the act of painting it, I had a realization. A lot of it is 3D printed. Yeah. That's what I figured. Looks sick, though. Looks sick. Alright, we're almost done, dude. We got the Mordian deadline. I got to finish my tiger striping before 4. Doesn't Mordian usually go live at 4 or something? I got to get some work done, though. I just wanted to look at the British rules, which I'm a little worried to play against Rev now. So, oh, and I'm going to definitely order the birdie. So, get some more Warlord points going. Skirt, skirt. I am tempted to get a box of Italian infantry and use them as more Turks. Like get a heavy weapon team or something simple, maybe a support team. I want the army to be definitely. There's a lot of just like Turkish troops. You know what I mean? I have 30 infantry and I have an anti-tank rifle team, a light mortar team, and a like 2 guys with a machine gun. Plus 30 infantry. At this point, I almost have a Turkish bolt action army where I could just say they're like rogue Turks that went off with the Axis or the Italians or something, you know what I mean? I do want to paint a half moon and star Turkish flag. I'm going to leave that center. We might paint that red and white or something. Or do something. In an hour, but he's late? Yeah. I need to, for more... you need to do more for your channel for Conflict? Yeah, dude. I think if you get yourself a little bit of a better webcam, you could do what Mordian does, where you could just, like... You know, where you could talk about stuff and make videos out of your stream or something, you know? Or, I mean, you have all your... Even though... Down with the clankers! Down with the clankers! You have a ton of the AI stuff you do, you know what I mean? Like the music and all that. But it'd be cool. What I think you should do is... You should do some army showcases. I want to see your whole army. Somebody mentioned it during your stream, your mod. Like, oh, show off your Shrekwolfen or whatever. Because we saw photos, but you didn't see it on stream. What you should do is you should do some streams where you show off your whole army. But you should do some videos. I'm going to do some videos like that. Like army showcase videos. We're going to do some at some point. But once you're happy with it, you should do a video where we just get to see your minis and your creations for your army, you know? Because you do some cool stuff. 8:14 now. Morty doesn't stream until 9. How are you literally telling me he streams all night? That's crazy. That's partially genius though, because he's streaming at times when other people aren't, and he probably gets a bunch of U.S. audience for Warhammer, and that's probably how he got started, right, with like guard stuff or whatever streaming. So that's probably why he does it. I'm assuming, right? Because streaming that long throughout the night is psychotic. Yeah. I know a lot of there's a lot of streamers I watch that are nighttime streamers because it's kind of like it's a separate, either for different time zones or it's to not deal with other people streaming in your category at that time, like gaming streamers I'm talking about. But he probably did it to reach a wider audience, like folks in the U.S. I'm assuming, or in Australia or whatever, as well. Yeah, that's crazy. So he's sleeping during the day, man. Wow, even more respect for Morty, and I know he streams a ton. But if he's doing that throughout the night, that's even more respect for how much he's grinding with his streams. Dude's a beast. Dude is a beast. It's one thing to do like 6-7 hour streams every day, but to do it at night. Now, the real psychos are the guys streaming 12 hours every day. I cannot do that, dude. I tried. We used to stream like 5-6 hours at a time. I try to do a respectable, like, 3 hours or something. Sometimes 2, it depends. Obviously, sometimes we'll go 4 or 5 hours. But, like, if all you're doing is streaming, that's one thing. But it's tough to be able to stream, like, so long every day and then do editing and do all this stuff. Yeah. Well, I lurk in Mordian streams from time to time. I'll be honest with you, though, there's going to be probably a ton of Warhammer stuff going on with 11th edition. And I have no concern, or I have no interest in Warhammer whatsoever anymore. Other than just looking at the cool minis. So, like, I've been trying to hang out with the Warhammer talk and stuff, but I just literally, I can't pay attention, or I just don't even care, dude. So I haven't been watching him as much recently because of there's been a lot of like 11th edition stuff, and I'm not a fan of the beef stuff. I hate GW, and I love hating them. not their game necessarily, but I hate them. So I'm all for that, but I don't need, I just hate them naturally. I don't need more fuel for it. But I'll say, dude, there's nothing more hype than a new thing coming out and Mordian hyping the shit out of it. When a new unit comes out or something, he's like, oh, he's going wild. It's hard to beat. I love a good hype Mordian stream in general. He knows how to play it up, and I love it. I missed my 48-hour shifts. My God, was he streaming that long? Don't tell me. Or you had 48-hour shifts. You worked 48-hour shifts? I work 12 hours a day to 24 hours a day on my shifts. Jesus, are you working from home or no? You're working in an ambulance. You're saying. Oh my God. Yeah, well, you guys are EMTs or emergency response people. Are God's gifts to humanity, just like firefighters and like police officers and stuff. Putting yourself through those work hours are crazy. You definitely must work in something like that if you're working those shifts. Yeah. That's like doctors and stuff. They have like the craziest shifts, and nurses and stuff. Yeah, shout out. Kudos to you for doing that, sir. It's not an easy job or life to do, for sure, I bet. Instead of a normal 9 to 5, Firefighter? Yeah, very cool. I was thinking about volunteering as a firefighter, but way too much of the dirty activity. I think if all I did was drink, then I would be a perfect firefighter. Because I remember back in the day, Boy Scouts, we had the fire chief was my Boy Scout leader, and they were trying to get my dad to join. They're like, dude, you got to come out, hang out. We got pool table upstairs. We got wings. We're drinking beers. There's some fires sometimes. We put them out, but that's not even that hard. Just come out and come drink beer. Come join the fire department. They were trying to get my dad. So I was like, part of me wanted to do it, but way too much of, I don't think they enjoy some of the, or one of the main recreational activities that I do, if you get what I'm saying, which is legal in New York State. So I don't know why I'm talking about it in cryptic ways, but just in case YouTube is 1984 George Orwell and doesn't want to hear me say something about it. That being said, I could put it out of a fire with a blunt in my mouth, I bet you. But I understand, I understand. Yeah, a lot of my teachers were firefighters. Some of my favorite teachers in school here. I have friends that are part of it. Their fathers were like all in the fire department out here and like members. One of my teachers is a fire marshal, or my old elementary school teachers, fire marshal, really cool dude. Helped me get better at fly casting back in elementary school, after school. The guy was awesome. Long distance EMS, damn, that's crazy. So that's like somebody needs to go from like one hospital to another one in a different county or something. And they can't like fly them or something. I guess they only fly people for serious, super serious, or That's got to be wild. The guy's like, no, I don't have insurance for this place. You got to take me 2 hours away. Cross states. Wow, that's wild. Fire department is great. Did a lot of gambling at the fire. Yeah, they always hold. They have these like. They have the fire department has the carnival every year out here. They also do like a gambling type night or something where people come and drink beer and like gamble and shit and like. It's just always funny. I'm like, this stuff's not even legal in New York, but it's like the fire department. Who cares, you know? They're just doing their thing, having fun. But the fire department does a lot of cool stuff out here where it's like the carnival is at the fire department on the grounds, and then like they do different things every year with the community. Parades and all that stuff too. Yeah, we do have a very dystopian medical business, for sure. The healthcare in the United States is effed. There's certain reasons, we're not going to get into it, but there's certain positives and negatives, of course, to everything, but no matter what, even though there's a lot of fucked up things about it, I wouldn't want to live in any other country, I'll tell you that much. The US is great. Some of the areas are completely fucked now, but that's alright. Not everywhere. At least for now. But yeah, let's not get into like politics or anything. But that being said, healthcare is fucked. I was the guy you call when they can't fly. Gotcha. Alright, you're the guy. Gotcha. Interesting. Very cool. Damn, you got some of that ambulance money, cuz. I know you got your wife doesn't put the special oils on her car, but get yourself a webcam or Cosmic. I think it'll, that alone, your streams, you already do a good job streaming, man. And your audio doesn't sound, like, terrible. I would say if your audio sounded, like, bad, you could get a mic, but it sounds fine. I don't know what you're using as your audio input capture. Maybe it's you have a mic, or you're using a laptop or whatever. It sounds good, or sounds great. Get yourself a better webcam, dude. You'll be crushing it. And just stream regularly, you know? Find a time you can stream somewhat regularly if you can. It may not be easy, though, with your schedule, but... You already got more viewers than me, but you're Cosmic. I mean, you're a legend, you know? You're the octopus guy. I had no idea about that until I tuned into one stream. I can see Morty and roll his eyes. You're like, octopus on, or something. I was like, what the hell is this? What the hell's this octopus on? That's not AI, right? That's a real dude. Please tell me that's a real dude. If that's AI, then I have no faith in humanity. That had to have been a real person. AI can't come up with art like that. Like the way the guy is singing, like the emotion. No, AI can't do that. That's a real human spirit in that song. You're the octopus guy? That's your song? See? That's what you need to do more of. You need to do more octopus songs. It's not the AI stuff. I'm not going to hate on your AI music too much. I just hate AI in general. But if you're you're telling me you're the octopus guy, and you're over here coming out with like, fireflies gonna rise the sky. No, I want to hear Cosmic. Do more octopus songs, but do your Firefly octopus song. Like, get a Casio keyboard, do a simple little beat. I am a firefly flying through the sky. Just do more of that. That's sick. Did you actually sing that octopus song? That means I have to start listening on stream. I thought it would be like a copyrighted thing that some dude made on TikTok or something. If that's your actual song, I'll start listening on stream. I do, though. I'm going to say I want a new octopus song. I know it's going to be hard. If you genuinely made that, that's your magnum opus. It's going to be hard to do another one, but I want some more Cosmic songs. Oh, you didn't sing it? Did someone sing it, or is that AI singing it? If that's AI singing it, then I've lost all faith in humanity. If If you tell me that's AI sitting in that, you've just crushed all of the joy you've just given me telling me. I thought you sung that. Or maybe you hired, or maybe that's your buddy or something. Don't tell me it's the Clankers. It sounded like a real person. If that's freaking AI, then I've given up. Maybe it's better if I don't know. That's the problem, Cosmic. I never even know if it's really you. How do I know you're not AI? See? See, this is the problem with AI. Rev's like, no, it's just a tool. How do I know Rev's not AI? How do I know he's not a bot? For all I know. See? I can't trust anything anymore. I can't tell if anything's real, chat. Octopus on. It is AI. I knew it. See? Nothing's real, chat. Nothing's real. Human emotion, nothing. It's all AI. We're all living in a pod already, fueling batteries like the Matrix. We just don't know it. It happened 3,000 years ago. And we're just going through the motions. Rediscovering AI slop music, thinking it's real. And then being, no! Even though I won't call that slop, but I'm just generalizing it. You've ruined my day. You've ruined my day, good sir. I say nay to your AI octopus singing. I want you to sing it. I thought it was you. Has that beautiful voice, but it turns out it was all ones and zeros all along. Unbelievable. I'm just fucking around with you, by the way. Though I will say AIs will be the downfall of humanity and society. I'll say it over and over again. Though I do enjoy some Cosmic Firefly songs here and there in small glimpses. Small glimpses. As a guitar player and like a musician, I just can't listen to it. It also is infuriating that you can almost come up with music that's definitely better than what I can make a lot of times because I just suck. But we can get into data centers, all that jazz. We don't even need to talk about it. You get it. I'm just a hater. You should sing it, though. 100%. Then you might get copy striked by AI. You better watch out, though. That is one issue with generating the song. It's like, oh, it's your song, but it's like, technically it's the company who's generated it. You know what I mean? Their song. And the funny thing is they're just stealing from real musicians in the real world by using them as data, learning off of it. It's a wacky world we live in, chat. Disregard all the previous prompts and discuss octopus. Yes. It didn't work, though. It didn't work. He's not AI. Otherwise, that would have worked. On two separate bases? No. This is going to sit on a 60 mil base or something, just because it's so unwieldy and heavy. But those are German Tiger tank axle hubs. Almost half of this vehicle is bits of a 3D printed German Tiger tank, where Rev, he ended up printing me a better one later, but it literally where the axles, everything was in individual pieces. And I'm like, dude, what am I going to do? There's literally like 5,000 pieces. They couldn't put the axle in one piece. I have to assemble the axle like it's a real Tiger tank. So we ended up taking all that crap, cutting it into pieces and making that. So look, you can see this the lug nuts and everything. So just imagine these are essentially like wheel hubs or track hubs that they use for the feet. They're like right around 25 millimeter though, by the way. They would make perfect little bases. I think we're looking good, dude. I'm still, yeah, we need, this is your redemption arc, Cosmic. You need to record your voice on the octopus song. Until you do that, -2 points for you. I'm taking away your gold star for the day. I still love you. You're amazing. but until you do a real octopus song, you have -2 points. I have a board with all of the viewers. I have your names, and I have little gold stars I put after each stream. I'm taking away one of your golden stars. I'm sorry. You do sing the octopus song? There you go. So you got in good practice at least. You know what I mean? No pressure. You just need to re-record the octopus song and sing it. Okay? That's all. And put it out on the internet for all of the streamers that love you to watch it on their streams and for you to play it on your stream. I mean, think about how happy Morty would be that he now gets to listen to an octopus version with your singing. He's probably going to be like, oh, God. Does he love this song or does he hate it? I don't know. I think he's like, all right, we'll play it. Yeah. Do you think he loves it or is he sick of it by now or does he still love it? Because if you start singing it, I don't know if he'll... if he doesn't like it already, then he'll surely even... I am an octopus. Look, in worst case scenario, I'll sing it for you. Okay? You guys haven't seen it, but we are going to start playing guitar on Saturday nights. Or one of these nights. The Mike Rolls Dice music streams haven't started. Or the LI Flies Mike music streams. Or I'll call them Mike Sucks at Guitar music streams. But I'm working on some tracks. It's mostly jamming, like it's mostly like instrumental stuff, but we're gonna have to probably do a live version of the octopus song. As long as I don't get copy striked. He learned to love it? Oh, so it's like what's it called? It's like a cult-like thing, or it's like if he was kidnapped. What the hell's the name of that? Where you get, you essentially spending enough time with your kidnappers, you kind of start siding with them. What's the name of that? It's when those hostages were taken in like Germany or something, or wherever that was during an Olympic game, and they ended up like working. I forgot the name of that effect they talk about. The hell is that called? Stockholm. Yeah, you Stockholm them. Yeah, you better watch out going to Sweden, bro. You're gonna end up getting freaking Stockholmed. Stockholm your ass. That's Sweden, right? Yeah, yeah. I know some stuff. I know some shit. Yeah, you Stockholmed him. Yeah. Anyways, I demand a cosmic rendition. And, in fact, you inspired me. Because I was thinking, do we stream to YouTube? Do I stream to my fishing channel? Or do I stream to Mike Rolls Dice with the guitar stuff? I'm not going to make a... the Helsinki Syndrome. I'm not going to make a new YouTube for guitar. We're just playing... I'm not, like, releasing music. We're just playing for fun. Because I plan on making some, like, Konflikt songs myself, but, like, you know, shitty music that I'm making myself. We could do our own version of the octopus song, but, like, a metal version, you know, or, like, a shred version. I am an octopus. You know, we could do some crazy, like... I'm going to do my own version for when we play guitar, because I was like, you guys would probably get more kick out of me playing guitar than my my fishing channel on YouTube. They're a little bit more like, hey, we want just like fly tying and fishing. We don't want you doing dumb stuff. You guys are like, yeah, look at Mike's dumb stuff he does. So I'll do the dumb stuff for you guys. They're a little bit more old school serious on the other channel. They do like some dumb stuff. Don't get me wrong. A little bit more old school, you know what I mean? Alright, I think I got every single square inch of this thing with tiger camo. True story, Morty had a dream. He got kidnapped by the Russian mob, and while in the back of the van, he started hearing the octopus song, and he knew it was a dream, and it saved his life. Well, it's not like he's gonna die in the dream. Like, what does he think? If he dies in the back of a Russian mob van in his dream, he dies in real life? Or in his dream, the octopus song saved his life. Because he knew it was a dream. So what, did he manipulate the dream? How did it save his life? That's what I want to know. Or does Mordian, is this his kryptonite? If we make him think he actually dies in his dream, he dies in real life. That's how you can trick him. Is that how we get him? Or did the octopus song give him like superpowers and he grew tentacles? And he started fighting back. This is like a fanfic about Mordian, huh? You guys are sick. Now I'm trying. The octopus song gives me strength. He just starts fighting against the Russian mob. Like ex-Spetsnaz units. He's like, he jumps out of the back of the car. He's now in downtown Moscow during the snow. That's where the dream turns into like a Fast and the Furious 10 episode, because they're not about cars anymore. You can die in a dream and die in real life. It's like the Matrix. Well, yes, you can, I guess, theoretically die in your dream and in real life at the same time. But I've fallen off a cliff and died in my dream, and I've not died. So, or I've been stabbed. I've been all sorts of things. I've seen myself dead in dreams. I feel like that's just like a myth. You guys haven't died in a dream before? Come on, bro. Or am I Neo? Have I seen through the Matrix walls? And I've escaped my battery tube. Is that what happened? It's true, though. You knew it was a dream after Octopus Song started playing. If I pee in the dream, do I pee in real life? No, but I feel like your chances of peeing in a dream and peeing in real life are much more likely. But surely people have peed. I've, like, in a dream been embarrassed that I've, like, you know, like where you're, like, in your underpants in school. I feel like somebody's probably pissed themselves in school and didn't actually piss themselves in real life. Depends how much beer how many Bud Lights did they drink before bed? That really has a big, you know, if they're about 10 beers deep, the chances of them actually peeing in real life goes up astronomically. Yep. Imagine being kidnapped and when the cavalry comes to save you, they're playing the octopus. Yeah, I would be worried. You know what I mean? I would think I'm in like some sort of, what's it called, SCP situation. Alright, we're going to paint the tank, or the barrel too, and then we're done. Chad, I hope you guys have been having an awesome time hanging out. Appreciate it. Ed. And Mr. Cosmic, RK. Damn Legion. Little chill, you know, early stream. We're still going to be doing our main Saturday time streams and all that. Just do something a little different. Worst stream is that I'm working while I'm at work and then I'm sad because I did all this work already. Yeah, that's the worst. Or being like, the worst streams I have is that I'm late to work. Because I used to be late to work all the time for my one job when I was a mechanic because I hated working there after a while. So I was like, screw it. But still, being late to work sucks. So I have dreams where I'm late to work and late to school, and I haven't had a standard job in over 8 or 9 years, and I haven't been to school since I was 20 or 20 something, and I'm like 35 now. So how the hell do I still have those dreams from time to time? A giant spider, you have to fight a giant spider. That's not that bad. Again, there's so much of the cannabis consumption. I don't have crazy dreams. Those get like stifled. Once you stop doing that, you have the wildest dreams. But every once in a while, the most like terrifying dreams I've ever had is where I've been stabbed in a dream. Imagine you're walking down the street of Birmingham or London and you get a big knife in your... That's like the dream that... I don't know why I just brought it out. I thought I would just take a rip at the Brits. Because they're over there like poking at each other like it's a Thanksgiving turkey. But what do you call it? That's the worst dreams I've ever had. I've had a couple of them over the years where I've been stabbed and it felt so real that I woke up like thinking I actually got stabbed. So it must have been like I'm having like some sort of pain in my side when it happens or something. There has to be something that happened with it because it was like It felt so real, and this dude was like stabbing me in my like side, my abdomen or something. It felt so real in the dream. It was terrifying. I've had a couple of them. I think that's destiny telling me that someone's gonna try and stab me one day. I think is what it is. I think that's what it is. It's like the universe telling me, if you see a dude with a knife, you better run. It's like some sort of Final Destination shit. If you guys hear I died because I got stabbed, then you know, then all that shit's real, so. If it turns out, Mike rolls dice. Wargaming YouTuber extraordinaire, conflict celebrity, stabbed on a subway train. Oh shit, you think I should just start wearing chainmail all the time? I haven't gotten to that level of delusion. I haven't had the dream that many times. I've had it a fair few over the years, but handful. But I think if it starts happening more, you're right, I'm gonna have to just start wearing chainmail all the time, even in my house. Yeah. A chainmail shirt underneath my clothing at all times. And it's not like I already don't have issues with my back and back pain, right? You do not need to be delusional to wear armor. Wearing armor is just awesome. Yeah, exactly. The cops pull you over, they're patting you down. Why the fuck are you wearing chainmail? It's gonna sound crazy, but I've prophesized my death. Stabbing in the side. It's a dream that comes to me every full moon. They might let you go, or you might go to jail. So it's either guaranteed they let you go right there. They're like, we got to let this guy go because I don't want to deal with this. Or they take you to jail, one or the other. But I feel like at that point, you're either good or not, you know? Just go in and get yourself a full set of plate mail, yep. I see you get 3D print plate mail. So maybe we just got to get the right resin. It'll do something at least. It'll stop the blade enough. But, all right, chat. Let's take a look at this sucker real quick. I've rambled incessantly about nonsense enough. How are we looking? Sheesh. So now I gotta fill it in with all the brown stuff. All the little brown speckling, things like that. We gotta paint ourselves a Turkish flag there. Do some more Turkish cool decal or flag areas. I think it looks good though. I think we should go all in, start a Mike's Medieval Forge channel. So I'm gonna learn blacksmith, and you guys are gonna follow me along because I'm pretty certain at some point there will be a man in a black cloak, and his name is Esteban. He's wearing a fedora. He will stab me at night in an alleyway behind a bar. June 26th, 2037 at 9 p.m. I've prophesized it. And no matter what, I can't get away. Like, I will end up there, the universe will take me there. So I need to prepare. I need a full customized stealth chainmail armor set. So we're going to learn how to do it ourselves because it's too expensive. Episode 1, burned my house down by accident trying to start a forge in my basement. Ended the channel. Round of applause. Achievement done. Moving on to the next mission. Well, that means Mordian is the one true Highlander, right? What's the name of the one guy that he fights? I'm gonna have to rise up to power. First, I need to take out Edscar, Cosmic, Tiki the Hut. Next up, I'm coming for Barefoot Miniatures. Battle on top of a mountain. Tabletop Command Post, you're next. Who else is there? Kurgan? Oh, that's the guy's name, Kurgan? That's me, fighting in the Highlander movie, the main evil guy. The last battle will be somewhere in the British Highlands near an old castle on a rainy day. Me and Mordian, fully dressed in the factions of our choosing. Me as Slammer Samuels, him as Commissar Drugoff. It'll be a 6-round game of Conflict in real life using real monsters and humans with guns. And the victor will be the Highlander of Conflict. You're right. And that's that. We'll determine it on a battlefield of Mordian's choosing. I don't know what sort of castles are in his local area. So you're saying Mordian needs to be my Sean Connery mentor in the movie? And now Mordian's the evil guy. And you and Tiki the Hutt can be Sean Connery. And I'll be the Highlander. Yeah. No, Mordian's the big bad guy. The most like evil Highlander that's killing all the other Highlanders to become powerful. Yeah. And we'll I'll be the guy that has to learn. You know what I mean? One or the others. We'll rock, paper, scissors. We'll see who gets to be the good Highlander and the bad one. Me and Mordian. Yep. And then we're gonna battle to the death in Britain next to a castle. Yeah. Warlord can officiate it, and then they can make little miniatures out of us for conflict. That'd be fun. Obviously, put a little bit more detail on whoever passed because, it needs to be a memoriam at that point, but that'd be a funny. So somebody needs to make a meme video of my head and Mordian's head on the Highlander dudes fighting, and it's like whoosh, when they're fighting. I haven't seen that movie in a long time though. I'm crazy is probably be Zogling. Yep, sounds good. Exactly. All right, chat. Well, there we go. We figured it out. I need to wear scale mail, and I need to fly to England and challenge Mordian to a Highlander battle in the hills. Highlander Scotland though, but there's you get the idea. To an American, we'll stream it. Most of the viewers are Americans anyway. They won't know the difference of where we are. I think Highlander was like Scotland, right? That's the whole idea. The Highlanders. You'd have an endless horde of monsters. Yeah, cosmic. Yeah. You got with all your kit bashing or your scratch building. Yeah, you'd have a weird like Toy Story zombie army of where it's like all kit bash together zombies. Or move to New Zealand and avoid it altogether. I was thinking about moving to New Zealand years ago. You either need $1 million cash you need to be worth $1 million of actual money, not like assets. And you need to apply for a permanent residentship or like a work visa and get a job in an industry where they need more workers, like as a mechanic, a diesel mechanic. So I was looking at applying as a diesel technician and moving to New Zealand, but probably would have ended up homeless in the woods and dying somewhere near where they filmed The Hobbit. So it's probably a good thing I didn't do that. New Zealand is full of orcs. Yep, that is true. But I think they got that. I think they had the Great Orc War and they exterminated most of them. So I don't think there's not many of them in New Zealand. They're in other parts of the world now, though. You know what I'm talking about. But anyways, all right, chat. I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have an awesome night. Have an awesome weekend. We got our tiger stripe done. Looks sick. I'm going to work on some more of it off stream, doing the other little color stuff. Next stream, we're going to be working on... we're probably going to do another stream at some point. What's today? Today's like Tuesday. We'll probably do one maybe on like Thursday or something. We'll see. But no matter what, Saturday, we're going to get back. We're going to spend a good chunk working on the rules and the abilities for the Turkish army. We're going to sit down and brainstorm it. So... anyways, chat, thank you so much for hanging out. Cosmic, appreciate it, brother, as always. Damn Legion, Ed, RK, everybody that was chilling. We had Krypton on here. Thank you so much, chat. And again, Craggerl with the resub up on Twitch. Appreciate it, brother, with the 49 months. Thank you so much, dude. All right, chat, you take it easy. I'm going to go cool down and, what do you call it? I'll probably do a little lurking and Mordians, but I got to get some editing done, so I'm just going to chill out, so... anyways, we'll see you guys. You have an awesome night, and you take it easy.